such a difference maker. We always love to have Rick Hansen on the program. Welcome.
Hey, thanks, Jody. Appreciate it. Thanks, Riaz.
Nice to see you once again.
Let's dive right into some of the statistics. When setting up this interview, we were both shocked at the numbers of, first of all, Canadians who are dealing with disabilities and need accessibility.
Yeah, you know, there's 4.4 million Canadians with physical and mental disabilities, and they're facing a lot of really big challenges. I mean, we've come a long way in 25 years since the original tour, 27 years coming up tomorrow, and yet, you know, we want to celebrate that, but we don't want to lose sight of the fact we still have a long way to go as well.
This is about research.
What are the most important areas of growth when you look at the research and the progress? 27 years in now, what do you see as the targets of what needs to be accomplished?
Well, when you look at the area of spinal cord injury and trying to find a cure for spinal cord injury, you know, the biggest challenge, of course, is to prevent the newly injured from having permanent paralysis. And research all across the country and around the world now has to come together and share knowledge to work as an effective team so we can get there faster. And those that are permanently paralyzed, there's some real hope for that long-term future, that through regeneration, through replaced nerve cells and connectivity, that people will have a chance to walk again and return to function. So that's not a pipe dream. That's something that'll happen, whether it's in our lifetime or not. That just depends on how good we are and how fast we are at accelerating progress.
It is very, very real, the progress that you have personally brought to the table. You're the most humble individual we know. Right? But we have to lay it down. This would not be happening if not for your mission that started 27 years ago tomorrow.
Well, it's been an honor to be on the journey. Thank you. And you know, but I was again inspired by so many people helping me to get back to a high quality of life after my injury. People who didn't let me give up on myself, and to see the future and to know how important it is to then pay it forward. And you find your own passion, your own experiences, your skills, and something speaks to you, and then you want to go forward. And then you have a crazy dream like wheeling around the world, and then all these folks who come together to help you get there, like your mom, who were there, who helped us, Riaz, and you know, like people who were actually here when there was a telethon, and you know, and people who were here in this very building when we were trying to raise money to get past Texas, and you know, we were needing support, and every time you get to a place where you feel like stopping, you know, someone else comes to join the journey, and it makes you feel motivated to keep going, and it's been that way for 27 years since the tour as well.
You know,
that feeling when you crossed into Vancouver.
Oh, I mean, it's a great feeling. People wearing the gear. With that mission of creating a world without barriers for those with disabilities, what would you say is the #1 ingredient to create a successful formula?
The first is awareness. I mean, we have to really have a sense of possibility, of hope and potential of people with disabilities. You know, and what we're seeing today, so many incredible examples of people with disabilities just getting on with life. I don't know if you saw Dancing with the Stars last night, but you know, you see this, you know, incredible Paralympic athlete who has lost both legs, and she has this brilliant ability that's unleashed, you know, on the screen for the entire world to see. You see Paralympic skiers, you see politicians like Michelle Stilwell, you know, who's out there doing great things. Sam Sullivan, who was the mayor of our city, receiving the Olympic flag in Torino on behalf of all Canadians, and spinning and doing everything that a mayor should do. You know, I mean, these are potential moments. Even someone like Stephen Hawking, who's a brilliant physicist who lost, you know, every use of his body, but he still finds a way to communicate through voice synthesized computer technology, and he unleashes his ability. And it speaks to all of us that on our journey we have challenges, but when we actually work hard and we're supported by others, we can find a way to express ourselves. And when you see that, you can recognize and see everyone as equal and as a real human being, whole in spite of their challenges. And then you can also understand that there are barriers. And when you understand barriers, we can all come together to remove those barriers, because not only does it help liberate that person, but it brings us all up as we find meaning in being part of someone in their journey and also making a difference.
How big of a key to that puzzle, that equality puzzle, is your accessibility map?
Well, again, we're looking for solutions, you know, and when you find barriers, one of the big barriers is that we don't know where the areas of accessibility are. We may think that this country and the world is more accessible, but there's still a long way to go, and the only way we can find out is by creating a measurement framework, an online global mapping system where everyone can actually input their level of accessibility from 1 to 5 stars, and it's available. So if you wanted to find out how accessible BT is, you punch it in on a map and it comes up and it gives you a rating from 1 to 5 star, and then others can go, hey, I can go there for an interview because they're fully accessible, and that powers things. And if it's only a 2 or a 3 star, someone says, well, if we want to take aging baby boomers by 2030, there's going to be 1 in 5 Canadians with some kind of a disability. So we better be accessible, or we're going to lose the economic opportunity or the social or the political opportunity as well. So it won't just be this human rights movement. It'll be a much more powerful movement where we bring people together.
Well, the work doesn't stop. RickHansen.com is the website. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Vince. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank
27
you.
years and
Thanks,
counting.
Jody. Yeah, well, we'll keep going, man.
And he's on Twitter, too. I saw you tweeting about Dancing with the Stars last night.
Yep.
That's
Hashtag
So,
difference maker.
Difference maker. He's all over it.